Hi, thanks for being here with me today. This will be my first video of my sourdough journey. My goal will be to get to 100% fresh milled flour. The benefits of sourdough and fresh milled flour combined, I think, is something that's really fascinating. So I wanted to give that a try, but I do know it's a little more complex. So I am going to start with just a basic white bread flour. I have organic white bread flour that I'll be using to make this first loaf as my control, and then we'll make slight adjustments and start adding fresh milled flour into our next series. So thanks for being here and enjoy this bake along with me. Okay, 301 is good enough. We're supposed to get to 300. I have heard if you warm up the water just a little bit, it makes the process go faster. Okay, while that's warming up, I'll lay out the rest of my ingredients. It says 10 grams. I like my bread a little bit saltier, so I do about 25% more. Check and see if our sourdough is ready, or starter is ready. Oh, we can see nice bubbles in there. I'm not trying to get it exact. I think we worry too much about it being perfect, and I don't think we need to do that. So 108 will be good enough. 98 would be good enough. I don't like using this many paper towels. For ease of today, I will. I already put them in my recycling. So that's it for the sourdough starter. I'm going to put this back in the fridge. I'll add more flour to it later to make it a stiff starter. But okay, so the 300 grams of water. Perfect. So add the water. Should probably check and make sure that wasn't too hot. It didn't feel hot, but I don't want to do all this work and have killed my starter. Well, let's use this to get some of the starter on. I need 450 grams of flour. I forgot to say, I actually like sourdough when it's a little bit more moist. So I might just add a drop more water. Also because I think when you do fresh milled flour, you need to have higher hydration to help with the bran, and I want it to be kind of as close as possible, so I'm literally just going to add just the tiniest bit. Actually, let's see how much I'm adding so that we're a little more accurate. "42 grams, 300, that's like more than 10%. That's like 15% more. Let's do 10% more. I have 10% water. I think it's going to make it a little stickier, but that's okay. I might make a mistake here. I might need to add a little bit more flour. Let's get this mixed and see. This is what happens when you start messing with the recipe. I was trying for an 80% hydration, so 450 grams of flour for 80%, you want 90 times 4 would be 320. So I'm actually closer to 90% hydration there. That's pretty high. I don't think I'm advanced enough for 90% hydration. So what I'm gonna do is just put a tiny bit more flour. See, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just go by feel. That's feeling better. Okay. I don't want to overwork this. Hey Siri, start a timer for 30 minutes. Okay, I'll be back in 30 minutes. Hey Siri, start a timer for 30 minutes. Look at how fast it goes from that stringy mess to something so soft. I'm just cleaning this out because I feel like it sticks less if you put it into a clean bowl. And I'm just going to put this in one of my plants. I like getting sourdough. It's like extra food and vitamins for them. I just do the water so I don't put it down the drain. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I like the idea of starting with the cleaner bowl. I have another one started just in case this one failed. I wanted to be able to show you. So one will get to be in here. I'll rotate back and forth which one gets in there just to kind of keep it even. But okay. Ha! He spun right off. So that's just two, and look at how much smoother it's already getting. And by this fourth one, it won't really even slap anymore, which is a good sign. It means gluten's developing. But it's also very sticky. my hands are making it less smooth, but I can show you. I can feel a difference in it almost immediately. Probably should have added so much water, but that's okay. Put it in the bowl and then let it rest for another 30 minutes. So really most of the work, kind of like knitting, is the setup. And then it's just little check-in points that are easy along the way. So put this back in here and we'll let this rest for another 30 minutes. So our next step is just the stretch and folds, and I believe we do that. So that counted as one. I think there's 4 total. So now this will be the second. Okay, so technically only 3. So 3 more to go. So let me wet this water again. This is after our first slap and fold. We're about to do the second, and you can do these. I have a bit of water in here, so I think I'm going to take it out this time. But after this, I'll do it in the bowl. See how much nicer it comes out with a clean bowl. So now we're just kind of stretching one side, and stretching another side. Oh my gosh, it's so silky smooth. Now we're kind of getting to just I think I'll do it on this side. 2, 3, 4. And that's really it for that stretch and fold. Then we go for another 30 minutes. So, like I said, most of it's in the setup. The rest of it is just really rest time. So, especially on a day like today, where it's snowy out and there's not a lot going on. We're actually in the middle of a big winter storm in Nashville, but coming from Alaska and the mountains in Oregon, this isn't very much. But if we do get ice, that's not great. But we're planning on staying indoors, so perfect time to make sourdough bread, because even though it's not a lot of work, it does take time. So. Hey Siri, start a timer for 30 minutes. So now it's time for our second round of, I guess they're stretch and fold. The first one I did a slap and fold on. I think it is easier when it's really sticky. This time it should be less sticky, so we'll do more of a stretch and fold. The first time, I kind of do 3 different. I do slap and fold, then kind of the stretch and fold on here, and then if I need more, I just do them in the bowl. That's why I like the cleaner bowl, but let's do this second round. It's silky smooth already. I should have kind of tried to stretch them, but I'll do that on the other. I like to feel it a bit more this first time. I like when you do it in the bowl, you can't quite feel the whole strength of the bread. But this has got a lot of strength already. As you can see, it's already so smooth on top if I raise it up. So really, that's all there is in between. So I will put this one up and we'll come back in another 30 minutes. Okay, so last stretch and fold. Let's do this one first. I think I mentioned that I made 2 because I am a beginner and I overcorrected in the first. So I decided to make an extra just in case, so we had a good baseline. This time I'll just stretch and fold from the bowl. So, still need one. See how much less stretchy it's getting on each one. It's so smooth and silky. Already starting to get little bubbles. Our last. Sometimes I do 3, sometimes I do 4, depending on how it feels. This feels really good, so let's see. So silky smooth this time. I'm just going to do one more quick, just to tighten it up before we put it in there. Look at those nice bubbles already. Hey Siri, start a timer for 2 hours. Hey Siri, start a timer for 30 minutes. Okay. Gotta watch again.
Turn it over to have the seam side up. Crisscross the dough over like this, pulling from the opposite sides.
So we're to the baking part. This is the scariest and the most exciting. Let's get started. I do have the oven preheated to 500 degrees. I'm gonna drop it to 450 degrees, and then my baking or Dutch oven was preheated with that. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna do a couple steps to move quickly, and then I'm just gonna go for it. So we'll see. It's nice. Not the most perfectly shaped, but it's gonna do the job. I knew one end was fatter than the other. That's okay. So then we try to do this quickly. I have a friend and her daughter that watch, so I'm going to attempt, I normally just do a little wheat design, but I'm gonna attempt something else here. So let's see if it works. Okay, this is not working tight. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I don't know if that's gonna work. We'll see. Oh, very hot. Trap the steam. Oh my goodness, this is hot. Whew. I don't have my watch to start the Siri timer. 28. I go between 20 and 30 minutes. So I'm gonna clean up and then I'll see you back here. Okay, see how much oven spring we got. Oh, it looks beautiful. I don't think you can see it in there, but hopefully what I recorded. Now it's time to see if it's ready, see if it turned out. Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. So I might have overdone it a little. Let me put this back in to preheat for this one. Oh, wait. Perfect. So my design did work. I'm actually going to turn it both ways. So what we have here is a bee, the expansion bee for my very best friend's daughter. So this is for you, bee. Okay. So this needs to cool for at least an hour before I let my husband, it's hot, before I let my husband dig into it, which is what he's waiting for. But let's get set up for the other. But I feel like that's got nice crispy crust, maybe a little overdone, but it looks nice. So let's put this over here to cool. Get set up for the second one. So some ice. I think we're ready. Let's go. Get the second one. What it looks like in the bag. Let's take it out. That looks gorgeous. Okay, so let's do this one next. I want to keep it while it's clear. I have no idea how to decorate these. I'm just putting some stuff on it. Okay, let's get this into our Dutch oven. Normally I do this a little closer to the stove, but I wanted you to be able to see what I was doing. So I want that sealed pretty tight, but okay, here we go. It's not sealing as tight as I'd like, but that's okay. It does the job. All right, we'll come back when we have to switch that one over too. Oh, looks perfect. Good. So let's switch this one, or this one, which has been cooling for about an hour. Let's cut this beauty in half and see. This one I did longer in the oven after, but let's see what we've got here. Ta-da! That smells amazing. Let's slice a bit off and have a bite. Really good. I like mine a little more sour, but I think we can accomplish that with fresh milled flour. So this is where I am. This is the control. We'll be moving on to adding some fresh milled flour next, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. This is what I'm dealing with right now when I'm trying to set up and film this sourdough here. A little behind the scenes. This little kitty Zinni is probably going to show up because she's being very needy right now. And you're not supposed to be on the counter when I'm cooking.